Hey guys! Welcome to the Turkish Spotlight Secrets channel. Every juicy detail is in this video, so stay with us to the end. And before we dive in, hit subscribe and share the love so you never miss an update. Thank you so much. Now let's talk about the bombshell rocking the gossip world tonight. A revelation has slipped out from behind closed doors. Gökberk Yıldırım and Cemre Arda, the adored duo whose shared screen time once set hearts racing, are said to have tied the knot in secret. Yes, you heard that right, whispers claim the pair got married months ago, choosing intimacy over spectacle and keeping even their closest circle mostly in the dark. According to the murmurs circulating among people who claim to know, their wedding was deliberately low-key. We're talking a private gathering, a living room full of flowers instead of a grand hall, and just a handful of trusted faces, friends who would keep a promise and family who know how to keep a silence. Word is that the couple agreed early on, no photographers, no magazine covers, and certainly no live-streamed vows. The motive? Simple, say insiders, they didn't want their relationship to be a public battleground again. For months, viewers noticed a change. Cemre Arda, who once charmed the press with warm interviews, began to draw a line. She dodged questions about her personal life with an elegant shrug or a gentle laugh. Her posts grew stripped down and serene. Soft light, books on a table, a close-up of a cup of tea, a city corner at dusk. Nothing loud, nothing that could be easily picked apart. The quietness only stirred more curiosity. Meanwhile, Gökberk Yıldırım, familiar with the flash and frenzy of attention, kept the spotlight at arm's length, returning to it only when work demanded. Fans watched, puzzled yet intrigued, sensing there was more beneath the surface. People who've observed the pair from a distance say the story goes back years, to the days when their on-screen partnership created a storm. After sharing a project that captivated a wide audience, remember that run when everyone was quoting their lines, rumors bloomed into a real relationship. But as often happens when fame and feeling collide, they eventually parted ways. They moved on, or so it appeared, focusing on separate careers and carefully rebuilding their public images. And then, slowly, fate circled back. The same circles, the same events, the same late-night after-parties where a song comes on and two familiar faces find themselves laughing as if time hasn't passed. What started as cautious conversations rekindled into something new, calmer, and more intentional. One person who claims to be close to them put it plainly, they were determined to protect what they had. The usual attention felt like a threat, not a celebration. They wanted peace, not headlines. That's why they chose a quiet ceremony. Right now, they're genuinely happy. Those words spread like wildfire across timelines, and soon the internet was ablaze with speculation. Comment sections swelled with messages like "they found their way back" and "a secret wedding?" "They're perfect together." Of course, not everyone was convinced. Some followers questioned the secrecy, wondering why a couple beloved by so many would hide their joy. Others pointed out that guarding something precious can be the most honest sign of how real it is. And just like that, the most talked about subject in recent days became the rumor of this hidden marriage between Gökberk Yıldırım and Cemre Arda, two names that, when said together, still create a hush in a room. The talk gained volume precisely because it's said to have happened months earlier, just out of view. The leak that fanned the flames insisted the ceremony took place in Istanbul, quiet and close-knit, with family at the center and only a very few confidants invited to witness it. No journalists, no stylists buzzing around, no publicists orchestrating the moment. Just vows, a few tears, and a promise to keep the beginning theirs alone. Cemre's silence in interviews didn't dampen the conversation, it heated it. People began reading into the delicate choices she made, the absence of certain captions, the way she kept the camera turned toward places and not faces. Fans analyzed her recent style, neutral, elegant, almost understated, as if it were a message. The possibility that she'd stepped into a new stage of life with grace rather than spectacle felt like a clue. As for Gökberk, his decision to show up alone at appearances and focus on craft over chatter only fed the intrigue. For many, the puzzle pieces fit together too neatly to ignore. The joy across social platforms has been intense. Those who fell in love with their chemistry years ago took the news like a wish granted. It felt like closure for a story that never really ended. Nostalgia washed over users, along with an odd sense of relief. Maybe real connection does outlast the seasons. Watching the rumors rise and fall each day, you can almost hear the refrain, love waiting for the right time, love coming back at a pace that feels right rather than loud. While no official statement has landed yet, the tabloids are pushing a consistent narrative. They're living together and enjoying the quiet routine of shared mornings and inside jokes. Observant followers noticed overlapping posts, similar balconies, familiar cafe corners, sunsets that looked suspiciously alike. Shared locations, close timestamps, matching details in the background of otherwise unrelated content. They're the breadcrumbs that fans have gotten so skilled at spotting. Right now, chatter suggests the pair has slipped out of town for a short break, choosing to disappear just when curiosity is at a high. If true, it's classic them, pick serenity over spectacle, even when the noise swells. The story that started long ago, back when their partnership turned scenes into trending clips, seems to have returned like a wave that knows the shore by heart. Every rumor points to a reunion that became a commitment, not with fireworks, but with a soft yes spoken far from cameras. If what we're hearing proves true, this could become one of the most startling surprises of 2025, precisely because it was hidden in plain sight. Make no mistake, the entertainment world is stunned. The idea that these two, once the face of romantic arcs on screen, chose to formalize their bond in private is both poetic and shocking. It fits them and yet catches everyone off guard. The whispers trace the origin back to the set energy they shared. You could feel it when they worked together, a rhythm that didn't need to be forced. According to the latest claims, the ceremony itself unfolded in Istanbul, a city that knows how to hold secrets in its narrow streets and night breezes. Only the closest relatives and a few dear friends bore witness. Those who were present described the moment as intimate and deeply emotional. Someone reportedly mentioned that they exchanged personal vows, short, heartfelt, and to the point, and that there were more than a few tears. And then, as quickly as it happened, the moment was tucked away. No press release. No grand reveal. They chose to hold it near. People in their inner world say that both Gökberk and Cemre wanted to avoid turning the day into a debate, a headline, or a battleground for trolls. A soft home is stronger than a loud arena, and that is the life they yearn for. The irony is almost cinematic. The chemistry that once made their scenes a sensation is the same energy that drew them together off camera, even after time and distance intervened. Yes, they had split for a while. Yes, each pursued work in different directions. But every public absence hid a private thread that never truly snapped. And when they began attending similar gatherings again, or when the same group of friends started posting from the same venues, people couldn't help wondering whether a once-closed chapter was being rewritten. Now many believe the answer is staring us in the face. It's there in a sentence Cemre offered in a recent conversation, carefully framed yet revealing, "There's a time for everything in life, what matters most is finding the right person at the right time." An old line, perhaps, but it carries weight now. Listeners connected dots, and the dots seemed to trace the outline of a wedding band. Which brings us to the detail that set everyone buzzing more than any other, sightings of a ring on Gökberk's hand these past weeks. Subtle, not flaunted. Seen in passing, as if it wasn't meant to be noticed. But it was, and it fanned a fire already burning. Fans have responded with a chorus of delight. "True love doesn't fade," wrote one. "If they chose privacy, it's because they want to protect what's real," wrote another. For a public groomed on reality shows and giant ceremonies, the restraint feels almost revolutionary. They're not rejecting romance, they're refusing to surrender it to chaos. What happens next? If patterns hold, we may continue to see the soft signs before we get any official word. A hand touching a sleeve in a backstage photo. A half-heard laugh captured in someone else's clip. Familiar music playing in the background of two separate videos posted minutes apart. And maybe a snapshot from a far-off place where they're said to be taking a breath. There's every chance they'll let the speculation run itself out while they enjoy the quiet that brought them here. It's extraordinary to watch a love story step out of the spotlight in an age that lives for exposure. But in the end, the simplest explanation is often the truest. They chose to begin the rest of their lives together in a way that felt safe, honest, and theirs. Whether or not they later share a fuller glimpse, the choice itself speaks volumes about the kind of bond they're building: steady, careful, and genuine. So, yes, the conversation is loud. Yes, the theories are multiplying. And yes, if the whispers prove right, we're witnessing the reveal of the year. But under all the speculation lies something tender. Two people who have known both applause and scrutiny, choosing a promise made for no audience at all. And that, perhaps, is the real plot twist in a world that expects grand declarations. We'll be watching for the subtle confirmations, the quietly coordinated moments, the overlapping frames, the small gestures that say more than statements ever could. Until then, the story lives in the spaces between posts, in the hush that follows a rumor, and in the certainty that some endings are really beginnings that took their time. Don't go anywhere. If you're as captivated by this as we are, make sure you're subscribed to Turkish Spotlight Secrets and share this video with the friend who always spots the clues first. We'll bring you every update as soon as it breaks, and you know we won't miss a beat.